grab Kleenex. Coming to all fours, let's just pause to find the connection of the hands to the earth and the knees underneath the hips, and then the softness of the heart melting toward the mat without the belly dropping. So we're keeping that nice tone of the belly. And we're beginning to find Ujjayi here. And then let's introduce cat-cow. Three more. And then pausing at table position. Toning the belly. Let's reach the hands forward at an angle as if you're coming into downward dog. And as you're here, we're just setting up our position. So softening the heart toward the thumbs and feeling the connection of the heads of the arm bones and the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. And this is your choice. You can move back to puppy pose, or you can gradually move slowly into downward dog and come back. So as you inhale, lift your sitting bones high, the legs start to straighten into downward dog, feeling the action in the arms and the support of the arms. And then as you exhale, slowly lowering your knees back to the mat. And we'll just do 5 more of those. If you're doing puppy pose, you're just coming into puppy pose, softening the chest forwards, keeping those arms nice and straight, easing back to puppy pose, and kind of coming forward to an extended all fours. So up to you, your movement, but continuing on nice and slow. Inhale into downward dog or puppy pose. Nice, easy exhale, slowly lowering down to all fours, extended. Really stay nice and firm in the arms, not letting those elbows bend, but keeping the arms nice and straight and active. The next time you come into downward dog or puppy pose, stay. Arms are active, heart is soft, collarbones are wide. And then let's drop to the knees. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips, back to table position. And again, we've talked about this on the lower body of hugging those muscles to the bone. So we want to have the muscles of the arms engaged, like a gentle hug. You want to have the hands open and wide. And you want to have the tummy toned to support the rest of the experience. still focusing in on Ujjayi breath. Let's take that right leg back, toes stay on the floor, ease the heel toward the back of the mat. And then release that knee back and reach back with the other foot. And then release that knee. Now, you have some options here. You can reach back with the right foot, ease through the heel, then reach back with the left foot, ease through the heel, drop the right knee, or you can reach back, drop the knee, reach back, drop the opposite knee. It depends on how much you want to manage your strength and balance and core experience. So either reaching back with the right foot, then dropping the knee, reaching back with the left foot to drop the knee, or reaching back with the right foot, then back with the left foot, dropping the right knee, left knee, and moving in that circular fashion. And we'll do 5 on each side. When you finish that last one, let's all just pull into child's pose. And then slowly, gently sitting up. And you can sit up on your knees, you can sit up on your blanket, you can sit up in a cross-legged seat, whatever feels best for you. And we're going to talk about how you can add weights in if you want to do this at home. So I have my 5-pound weights available because I use them. So as you're here, I'm going to sit not on my knees because I feel like this is more comfortable for me. So this is a way that you can get in some upper arms or upper body strength, right? We do these out to T, and you can use your weight to bend all the way in and slowly reach all the way out, and bend all the way in and slowly reach all the way out. Now, 5-pound weights are really heavy, especially if you're new to utilizing weights. So you may want to use a 1-pound weight. And you may not want to use any weight at all, right? This is just making yoga into an exercise form. If you want to do it, this is a great thing to do at home, right? And you can do 8 sets or 8 reps, I mean. So, you know, we're probably, I don't know what we're up to, we're maybe up to 4. And you always want to move slowly on the movement, right? So as you come in, you're flexing that arm in, and you're slowly resisting the weight back out. So think about that when you're doing even your movement with just your body weight, right?
can you move slow enough that you feel those muscles contracting and slowly extending? And then we'll release that down and roll out the shoulders. So that's one nice way of using weights to build some upper body strength. You know, you can just tune into this video and or any video and do these types of things. So the next one is, and again, you're not going to use a 5-pound weight. You're going to use a 1-pound weight for sure. So especially if you have shoulder issues. So if you want to start to add, you can do this all the way up, touching the weight at the top or your hands, and then the resistance is down, right? You're really letting that, really reaching out the arms, squeezing the shoulder blades at the back as you bring the arms all the way down. Maintaining the shoulder blades down the back, neck is spacious and open as you gently reach those arms up. And let's do 3 more. Really, I'm demonstrating how we can be nice and slow with the movement and letting that resistance, thinking about having weights in the hands. Can we keep those shoulder blades engaged? And then 1 more. Now these types of things can also be done standing, but we're doing it seated because they're easier to maintain your form, honestly. The next ones that we can do is up, down, and around, or down, up, and around. So we're gonna go up with the hands, straight forward with the arms to come back down. This one's easier to do standing up. And then, so you're doing a circular motion. Remembering to have the arms fully straight, shoulder blades working. So this builds your shoulders, obviously, more than your arms. And then you'll go the opposite direction, up, around. So those are also nice ways to use the weights. And with the arms, you're really active, reaching out the fingertips, squeezing the shoulder blades, really resisting as if there's something behind the backs of the hands as you come down. So again, great way to build upper body strength, even with just creating this resistance and intention if you're not using weight. All right, let's roll it out. Roll out the hands. You can set, well, I'm going to set my weights aside. Then let's go ahead and climb off that blanket and come back to all fours. So chances are we're starting to get warmed up in the chest, arms, and shoulders. Here we are in all fours. We're going to step the knees back. And we're going to lean forward. As we lean forward, let's tuck the toes under, because that gives us a little more action in the body and the legs. Your wrists are underneath the shoulders. Your tummy is toned. And we're going to do modified chaturanga, okay? Actually, before we start, let's grab our block. And you're going to bring the block so it's underneath the chest and tall. Not fully tall, but sideways. So here we are, right? So now the block's under the chest, the tummy's toned, arms are straight, you're ready to go, and your gaze doesn't look up and it doesn't look back. It's straight down at the floor. We're going to slowly, bending the elbows in to brush the body, lower the chest to the block, and gently push right back up. So chaturanga and plank are, one of the biggest strength builders of the upper body. So we'll slowly lower, tone that tummy, slowly lift, straighten the arms. And let's do 2 more. And as you come up, let's push back to child's pose. Because we've done a lot of things with the arms in a row, and chances are maybe you're a little fatigued. And then gently sitting up for just a moment. So we're going to move into full chaturanga. Again, it's your choice. If modified chaturanga with the knees down on the mat was really hard, then focus on maybe just doing all 4s and not doing another round of that. If you want to see what your strength kind of baseline is, maybe you do full chaturanga with the legs straight. So it's up to you what you choose. We're going to do 3 more. So finding your position, whether it's in modified plank or all 4s or up fully into plank. And we're going to slowly lower the chest to the mat. Slowly straighten the arms back up. Tummy's toned the whole time because that is what creates the strength. When you finish that 3rd one, you can drop the knees and pull back to child's pose. And then let's gently sit up and come up to tall knees. So as you're on tall knees, we're going to move into Parigasana gate pose into side plank, right? So again, side plank is another one that really creates strength in your delts, your triceps, your forearms, your wrists, because we're holding our body weight, right? So, but we'll start easy. I'm going to move my block out of the way. Reach your left foot out. Toes can either turn forward, turn upward, or even point away from you. Whatever feels good for your foot. Now, my knee is under my hip, so I don't want to be out like this, right? If your knee is tender, you can bring a blanket underneath your knee. So it's all up to you. And you want your heel to be in line with your knee. My knee's a little tender today, so I'm going to grab a blanket. And when I say that, you don't want your foot out here, right? And you don't want your foot way back here. We're trying to keep the pelvis level. So the knee's just about in line with the ankle. All right, and we're standing up, we're at least reaching up nice and tall. We're going to reach that left arm down the leg, really starting to open that side body. You can reach the right arm up and over as if you could reach for the foot. But you're spinning the chest at the same time. And then we're going to slowly come up, reach that right arm straight down, turn your foot forward, toes forward, and open into Vashisthasana, right? This is supported Vashisthasana. Nice, active right arm. This left arm, let's make some movement. Turn the palm of the hand toward the top of the head. Reach the fingertips all the way out until the bicep is about 2 inches from the ear. And then reach the fingertips right back up to the sky. And let's do 5 more. Again, super active left arm as you're making the movements. Feeling the shoulder blades on the back and the nice strong right arm. One more. As you bring the fingertips back up, you'll lift yourself up at the same time. All right, so let's move to the other side. Reaching out with the left foot or the right foot on that left knee, finding your position, toning the belly, reaching down with your right hand down the shin, reaching the left arm up and over, spinning the heart to the sky. And then we'll inhale up, bringing that left hand to the mat, adjusting your right foot, opening into side plank, letting those collarbones widen, shoulder blades are reaching onto the back, and then we'll reach the right arm out, back up to center, flipping the palm down toward the floor as you reach out, keeping that right arm super active, left arm engaged. Last one, as you come up, you're letting the arm pull you up, and we'll come back to our tall knee position and roll out the shoulders. So side plank, another great one, right? But we're gonna go into full side plank, so full Vashisthasana. You now know phase 1 with the knee down, leg extended. Phase 2 would be, I'm gonna move my mat now, my blanket now. Phase 2 would be right hand down, left leg out, or right leg out, right foot on top. So this foot is pushing into the mat to hold the hips up because we don't want to sag here, right? We want to be connected in with the arm bone. We want to be tummy hugging, and then we can come into this pose. Or you can come into full side plank. So you have options, right? Knee down, leg out. You're getting just as much as if you were lifting the hips with both legs out here. Because you're utilizing what you're strong at. Vashisthasana is all about core strength, but also we have to have the stability and strength to create the foundation in our arms and shoulders, moving down into our core, and also in the legs, right? So be conscious of your choice, but we'll start on the right side, since I was just there, and coming into your option of Vashisthasana. And you're reaching, if you're in full plank, side plank, you're reaching through the feet, lifting through the hips, toning through the tummy. And we're gonna do the same arm movement. Reach and open. One more. And you can roll around, drop the knees down, pull into child's pose, or get to child's pose some other way. And then let's gently sit up. So another little key piece, if your wrists or hands are getting tired, you feel like it's too much weight on your wrists or hands, you can always use the blanket. So instead of, and I'll demonstrate in modified Vasisthasana, you can always come down with the blanket supporting the heel of the hand and the fingers on the mat. That might feel better for your wrists. So again, if you need to modify in any way, please feel free to do that. My hands are definitely feeling it, but I feel okay. So, all right, so let's come to the other side. Left hand down, finding your position, whatever it is. Reaching through the feet, lifting up through the sky, toning through the belly, and then adding the arm movement. And then as you finish, you can rotate around to downward dog or puppy pose or even child's pose, your choice. As you're ready, you can walk the feet forward, hands back, however you need to get there, but finding a forward bend. Inhaling long spine, exhaling folding, sweeping the fingertips all the way up to the sky. Let's clasp that right wrist, exhale left. And coming up, other side. And back up, arms release. Let's roll out the shoulders. Both directions. Shake out the wrists, kick up the feet. All right. And now let's do a little Surya Namaskar B. So Surya Namaskar B allows us to kind of combine a lot of these things we've done, minus side plank. So we'll be doing Chaturanga, right? And we're gonna then be talking about upward dog versus cobra, which again, all of these things strengthen your upper body, right? It's strengthening your shoulders, it's strengthening your back, it's strengthening your chest, but most importantly, we're strengthening our core. So all of it's all great for bone density and everything to have some weight and function resistance practice to keep our bone density high. But the most important component of our lifestyle at any age is our core strength. So, you know, in yoga, we're doing all these things, but I'm sure you've all recognized that yoga, every single pose we do has this core element to it. And just like everything we do in life has this core element to it. We can't walk without our core being strong. We can't stand up off the from a seated position without our core being strong. We can't function without that core being strong. So utilizing yoga to keep us aware of that, connection of those deep core muscles, and just finding that synapses in the brain. Oh yeah, my core is really strong, right? So here we go. Let's move into, we're gonna do a slow Surya Namaskar. Focusing really intently on the arm movements, the shoulder movements. Can we be, diligent about not letting our arms be floppy? And can we be diligent about keeping that core engaged and gently toned so that the movements are easier? All right, so here we are at the front of the mat. Feet are underneath the hips. We're going to either sweep the arms up and out or forward and out to reach to the sky, reaching up. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale to straighten the legs. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, long spine. As you exhale, step back to plank, modified plank. Pause here to find the breath. And we're all going to lower to Chaturanga. Pause there, and then move all the way down to the mat. Bring your tops of your feet to the floor. Reach through the toes. We're going to lift into Cobra. Exhaling down to push back to downward facing dog. Or puppy pose. From here, wherever you are, you can come to all fours to step the right foot forward, or you can step the right foot forward, plant the left heel, sweep the fingertips up to the sky, Virabhadrasana 1. So you're working to square your chest forward, reaching out the fingertips. Maybe they're at Y, maybe they're at T, maybe even you're finding that your shoulders are tight and you want to reach back toward the back foot versus arms overhead. As you exhale, folding forward, planting the hands, stepping back to plank or modified plank. Slowly lowering to Chaturanga, and then all the way down to the mat. Tops of the feet on the floor, Cobra. Back to puppy pose or downward dog. Coming to all fours to step the left foot forward, or stepping the left foot forward, right foot plants, sweeping the fingertips up to the sky, Virabhadrasana 1. Again, your arms can be in any position you choose, but we're squaring the chest forward, breathing. As you exhale, reach the hands forward, step back to plank or modified plank. Lower through Chaturanga to the floor, into Cobra, back to puppy or downward dog. As you exhale the next time, walk your feet forward, forward bend. Inhale, lift halfway. As you exhale and fold, drop the buns into Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale, fingertips lift. Exhale, stand up, hands to the heart. So that is a great sun salutation to do. You know, if you have 15 minutes in the morning, do 3 of those. That's about how long that'll probably take, depending on how quickly you move and how many breaths you hold for each pose. But it's a great way to warm up the upper body, to connect into the core, to create some extension not only in the belly with our upward dog or our cobra pose, but also to create some extension in the spine with our forward bends and downward dog poses. So a great, quick, easy routine to do in the morning is Surya Namaskar B. I like it because you're getting almost everything touched in. We're building our legs, we're building our core, we're building our arms, we're getting stretched. So we're going to do the same one again, one more. And this time what we're going to work on is upward facing dog instead of cobra. So we're going to pick apart the poses a little bit when we come into upward facing dog. Upward dog and cobra are not utilized in place of one another. And what I mean to say is, upward dog isn't an advancement from cobra. There are 2 separate poses. Upward dog opens your body and shoulders in a completely different way than cobra does. And they're on equal playing fields. So if cobra is more supported for your body because of strength issues, especially because upward dog requires a lot of strength, then go with cobra. Don't feel like you're doing less because you can't do upward dog, because it's not appropriate for your body at this time. That's not the case. I want you to understand, because I know that I'm a competitive person with myself, and I'm like, I want to do that. And so I want that competitive nature that some of us have to be like, I'm listening to my body. I'm being present of what I need. Okay, so let's do another Surya Namaskar B. Finding the front of the back, feeling the tone of the belly, feeling the legs nice and strong. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, chair. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Fold and step back to plank. So if you cannot do plank, you're going to do what we just did, which is lowering to modified plank, lowering from modified plank through chaturanga to the mat into cobra. If you can do plank with strength, here's what we're going to do first. And you can play around with this while we're going through the details. We're going to push forward and come to the tops of the feet. We're going to bend the elbows and lift the chest up and then straighten the arms. And here we are in in upward facing dog. The thighs, hips, knees are off the mat. It's a different type of back bend. It's an opening across the chest. And then from there, we'll push back to downward dog. And then drop the knees to the mat and gently sit up. So you can see how much strength that takes. And we only moved from plank right into upward dog. So now I'll introduce how we move from chaturanga into upward dog, which takes it to another level of difficulty, right? So we're in plank. and we lower to chaturanga. Then we push over the toes, lift the chest to the sky, reach through the feet, shoulders back. And then we move back to downward dog. So that is a lot. It's a lot of core, it's a lot of shoulders and wrists, and it's a lot of back strength. So you want to play around and modify and change things as you need, whether it's coming to modified plank, lowering through chaturanga to the mat, to the belly, and doing a nice cobra. I love cobra because it really opens up my internal organs of my belly, and I think it's fabulous. This is more of a wake up the body, open up, get strong, ready to move through the day. Chaturanga to upward dog. All right, so I know we're doing this a lot, but we'll pick up where we left off. Come to plank or modified plank. Make your choices. You can skip coming through chaturanga and come into upward dog too, if you choose. So many choices. Chaturanga, upward dog, maybe you're in cobra, back to downward dog, or puppy pose. On the next exhale, stepping the right foot forward, left foot plants, sweeping up, Virabhadrasana 1. As you exhale, reaching down, stepping back to plank. Here's where you make your choice. Chaturanga, upward dog, or the floor and cobra. Back to downward dog, or puppy pose. Next exhale, stepping left foot forward, right foot plants. Sweeping up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhaling down, plank, chaturanga or the floor, upward dog or cobra. And back, downward facing dog. Or puppy pose, arms are active, collarbones are wide, tummy's toned. On the next exhale, walking the feet forward, maybe hands back, forward bend. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, sit down into chair pose, fingertips lift. Standing up, hands come to the heart. All right, so there we go. Chances are, if you're not feeling anything, I would be surprised. I feel my wrists. I feel really warm and energized. So, and we're really building a lot of strength, right? That was all a lot of upper body strength. So, moving on, let's grab our blanket. If you can squat with your feet flat on the floor, you don't need your blanket. But let's come into a squat. You can always use a pillow. Whatever works. And this is an opportunity just to feel grounded, to tune back into that easy, smooth energy of the breath, to feel the spine tall. And then gently helping yourselves out for a little walk. All right. I think I'm going to stay up on my blanket I'm just going to unfold it one fold. Let's extend our legs out. Sitting up nice and tall in Dandasana. And this again is another opportunity to feel those sitting bones reaching down into the earth, to feel that spine tall, to draw the collarbones wide and let the shoulder blades really support the back body. Reach the hands and arms forward to the outside edges of the calves. Now, the fingertips are going to slide with the movement of the chest. So the chest is going to start to reach toward the toes, and the fingertips are going to start to move toward the feet. And take your time. Slowly coming into Paschimottanasana. Maybe you grab the ankles, maybe you grab the calves, maybe you grab the feet and rest your chest on the thighs. For me, I'm maybe almost to my ankles. I'm lifting up through my heart, reaching it through the toes, and then slowly descending into a forward bend. And your forward bend may not feel like a forward bend because you still may be pretty close to sitting up, but you're getting the benefit of the pose. And we're breathing easy, smooth breaths. And then slowly sitting back up. Bend your right knee, bring the right foot to the outside edge of the left knee or the left thigh, sitting up nice and tall, wrapping your left arm around the shin and twisting out over that right knee. And gently unwinding, releasing that leg, bending that left knee, right foot to the outside edge of the knee or the thigh, opening out over that left knee. And gently unwinding for a little walk here. Let's bring the right foot into the left inner thigh for Janu Shirshasana. So we're squaring the chest toward that left big toe. Hands are on either side of the left leg, reaching out the right knee. And again, we're going to slowly take the heart toward the toes, walking the hands forward, coming in to the pose. Maybe the forehead rests on the knee, maybe it doesn't. You can grab the ankle or the foot as you continue to reach out that right knee. And then slowly sitting up. And let's shift to the other side. Left foot in right inner thigh, active right leg, hands on either side of the shin, reaching out the left knee as you walk the hands forward. Finding your pose. Reaching the chest toward the toes. to sit back up, reaching out the legs, walking. All right, so now we're going to get comfortable in our seated position to kind of bring the energy down and starting to move into our healing peace kriya that we've been working on. All right. Finding a comfortable seat, spine is tall. We're letting go of Ujjayi breath and really feeling into the body as we close the eyes. Maybe even taking 3 deep cleansing breaths, allowing yourself to just exhale with a little sigh. And then reconnect to your natural breath. Arms are relaxed underneath the shoulders. Spine is tall. The face is relaxed. Just letting the energy of our own system come back to a place of balance, allowing ourselves to be more present and focused. Remembering that the mantra for the healing peace kriya is Aum Shanti. As you inhale, imagine the sound Aum all the way up from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Exhaling the sound out the head. Hearing it mentally, riding the wave of the breath up through the navel center to the crown of the head, with sound out the crown into the universe. Connecting to the universal divine energy that all is possible. All is supported. Moving to the sound Shanti, inhaling the sound Shan from the base of the spine through the navel center to the throat, exhaling the sound T out the throat. Shanti. Hearing the mantra mentally, riding the rhythm of the breath Shan to the throat, Ti out the throat, removing all obstacles and blocks, perceptions and concepts, knowing that all is possible. Next, we'll combine the two. Aum Shanti. Inhaling the sound Aum into the heart. Exhaling the sound and vibration of Shanti out into the hearts of all you wish to heal. It can be a person, it can be a group, it can be the planet, whatever you choose. Hearing the sound Aum from the base of the spine through the navel center to the heart, out the heart, into the hearts of all. As you find this space of Aum Shanti, feeling the energy that you are flowing and morphing through your heart, return to your own heart, this continuous vibration of love, of knowing that all is possible. Aum Shanti. Releasing the visualization, but resting in the vibration of Aum Shanti. May all beings experience peace, beautiful peace. Aum Shanti. Allowing the palms to come to the heart center in Anjali Mudra. Knowing that we hold the key to eternal peace, eternal love, kindness. Feeling this experience of Aum Shanti in your heart.
bowing to this beautiful heart. Namaste.